Hello everyone, Jesse with RoofSnap here, and in this video I'm going to show you the basics of sketching roofs using the new RoofSnap Max iPad app. So I've already created a project here, and I've zoomed in on it in the map view. I can rotate the image here before I capture it, so be sure to straighten it up in the screen. Makes it much easier to sketch the roof, and you can't rotate the image after you've snapped it. So once I have the roof just the way I want it, I'm going to hit the Snap and Start Drawing button and click Continue. Now that we've downloaded the image of the roof, we can begin drawing it. If this is your first time using the app, you'll want to tap on the Settings tab to adjust your user settings. You can adjust your snap to tolerance, line color, line width, dormer overhangs, but most importantly the cursor offset. I'm left-handed, so I like mine over on the right side at about 93. If you're right-handed, you'll probably want it at about 70 to 90, maybe 120. That's going to determine how far off from your finger the cursor is placed. Let's get started by going over some of the basics. First of all, we have a very unique user interface that may take you some time to get used to. However, once you get the hang of it, it'll allow you to draw roofs very quickly and accurately. Here's how it works. I first select the draw operation from the bottom of the screen, and then since I'm left-handed, I'm going to put my left thumb on the screen and drag the cursor exactly where I want it. Now, while maintaining that first point of contact with the screen, I tap anywhere on the screen with my other hand to set a point. I can then drag the line out to the next point and tap again with my other hand. I'm keeping contact with my first finger the entire time, and I can continue to draw multiple lines and dropping points as long as I want. To stop drawing the line, I simply let go with the first hand, and I can pick up the cursor again to start a new point. The next important thing to note is that the app only recognizes areas that are completely enclosed by connected lines. In order to connect a line, we can draw them as a string like we just did, or we can tap on the screen while the red circle is popped up. That'll connect that line to that point. I can then start a new line by connecting to this point, and we'll close in this facet with connected lines all the way around. By tapping the Facets mode, I can see that that area is now highlighted and that area is complete. A common beginner mistake is not drawing the rake edges as separate lines. This rake should come up to the ridge and then be drawn as a separate line straight down. As you can see, if I draw it this way, now the ridge has nowhere to connect to. I can draw these lines in any order that I want, but I need to make sure that I'm dropping a point there for that ridge to connect to later on. To delete this last line, I can switch to Edges mode, then touch and hold on the line, and select Delete. I can now switch back to Draw mode and redraw it the way it should be. Now that we've got most of the easy parts done, we need to get a better look at what's going on the south section of the roof. So I'm going to tap the South button at the very top in order to bring up the view from the south. Here we can see that we've got some step flashing areas that come around on the sides. Now we need to draw the overhanging sections. Here I'm going to draw this lower eave past the upper section. I want to be sure not to connect this lower eave to the upper eave, since this is the first story and that's the second story. So those lines don't actually connect. And I'm going to draw a step flashing line up and then another little connecting line under the soffit. Now that'll fully enclose that facet, and let's draw the overhang on the front. Again, this is going to terminate into the wall. We've got a little step flashing line that comes up. This is going to turn the corner to follow the brick wall or stucco or whatever that is there, and we'll turn the corner again up here and connect underneath of the soffit at the bottom of the valley. We can go back to Facets mode to see what that looks like, and we can see that we have an overhanging section, so this area is highlighted slightly darker to show us that there's an overhang there. While in Facets mode, we can also check our work. As you can see, the entire roof is highlighted and there's a pitch value in the center of every facet. If you're missing any pitch values, that means we probably don't have some lines connected properly, maybe a rake edge that's drawn straight across. And if an area is not highlighted, it's telling you that there's something that's not connected to close in that area. If something's highlighted too darkly, it also shows you that something's incorrect and it's recognizing two layers of roof there. It's also common practice to switch between pan zoom and draw modes frequently while you're drawing to get a better feel for each individual facet as you're drawing it and to draw it a little more accurately. Lastly, I want to show you a brand new feature we call our Shift Points feature, which will be available in version 1.0.6. This will allow you to fine-tune your diagrams once you've completed them. While you're in draw mode, simply bring the cursor over any point and hold it there for about a second. You'll see it then grabs that point, and I can shift that point to get it right exactly where I need it. You'll also notice that the line measurements will adjust as I'm adjusting that point. Now, of course, we have not labeled our line measurements with the line type or entered our pitch in yet, so these are two-dimensional line measurements. Once you've done those extra steps, you'll see the three-dimensional measurement shown here. All that's left to do is labeling the lines and facets, which is covered in our RoofSnap Max app tutorial video. Don't forget to view the other tutorial videos at roofsnap.com/support, and please don't hesitate to contact us at support@roofsnap.com if you ever need help sketching a difficult roof. Good luck and happy snapping!